welcome in Paris. I'm here with João Urbino. So we'll present you today the backstage of BE1S Solutions through interactive session of discussion between us. So before we start, I will let João and Urbino introduce themselves, and I will introduce myself also.
Thank you for the warm welcome here in Paris. It's a beautiful city. My name is João Rodrigues. I'm the country manager of BE1S Solutions. Urbino.
Thank you, Arno, for inviting me here also. My name is Urbino Pescada. I work at BE1S Solutions as CTO and Head of Development globally. As João was mentioning, we do global projects, and that also comes with challenges that we need to achieve using developers and development skills. That's what my team is doing globally.
And I'm Arnaud Vivian, so in charge of EMEA regional management in BE1S Solutions. I'm located in France and mostly work with a French team that are under my responsibility. So before starting in more details, perhaps João, you can explain more in details what we do in BE1S Solutions and how we are doing those global implementation, how is organize our team, where we are located, and how we interact with our customer also.
Our interaction with our customers starts with the assessments that we do with them and where we understand the complexity, not only application-wise, but also geographically from the requests that we get from our customers. And then we do this assessments together with the different managers and with the different team leaders to understand how to put up the best team to serve these customers' rollouts. As you know, we have multiple rollouts happening at the same time in customers. Recently, it was yesterday, we just got a new request from an existing customer to start 3 initiatives in the 3 regions, in Asia, in EMEA, and in the Americas. This rollout, that is a continuation of a more than 60 countries rollout that we have at the moment, will happen in parallel, and this will bring all this cooperation and all this team effort that will be needed to us to deliver this with the excellence that we want to deliver within the time that the customer has. And this is where all the complexity starts, putting the team together and then bringing the what will be the final design to the hands of the customer with the help of Urbino and his team and his development team, and of course with a different consultant.
And if I may, taking what João is just saying, this is why we also are organized with teams in different regions. So for example, talking about development, we have currently 4 teams, 2 here in EMEA, because we are centrally and we are able to work in multiple time zones from Europe, but we also have a team in US and a team in Asia to fulfill these requests and to be able to deliver these projects in different time zones, in different languages, with different local requirements. So we have specialized team members in the regions to be able to provide support and implementation power, manpower to this project.
And I think it's important to say, as we are organized by region, so we have manager and teams per region. So we have basically 3 main regions, EMEA, Asia, and the Americas, and we are covering the world, and we are able to do 24/7 activities.
Yes.
So
Yes.
27 parallel projects in different countries, but also having teams working during the night to do some activities. And we also support 24/7 nearly all around the world, perhaps not in Hawaii, but nearly everywhere.
Some years ago, we received a request to handle a huge amount of data in a short time frame every day. And I needed to run a POC to understand if it was feasible with the services we had, and I was able to prove that the system was able to deliver a huge
And that's relevant. The POCs or the proof of concept is something that we also run with customers when we see, and we did a couple of them, or we did a lot of them, to make sure that there's a validation that this new request that is out of the standard, but it's a gap that needs to be fulfilled in order to have or to meet the goals and the scope that the customer was aiming. That is sometimes necessary to do that investment. It's a shared investment between BE1S Solutions and the customers, so that in the end we can say, okay, it's an existing, it can be done, and it's proven to run.
Or cannot be done, because sometimes we do no-go,
exactly.
and it's our strength also to explain to the customer it's not possible to work this way. Perhaps we propose another way, but
and this
I
is
would
part
say
of the risk mitigation strategies that we need to, and that we implement with customers, to say, okay, saying no, it's sometimes much better than just keep saying yes.
We can look to the past, and you can see that we always have been transparent with our customers, okay, telling them what they should or not do. And we are talking about customizations, but in our portfolio, we have customers that run operations globally with tons of integrations. And in each of these cases, we have provided quality services to allow them to build those integrations, to run their business smoothly. And I guess that's one of our strengths.
yes, and we have a lot of examples of those kind of developments, thanks to you, Bino. So perhaps we can also focus a bit on our solution, so our manufacturing solution. Could you describe us high level what it is doing?
Yes, so SAP Business One has some standard production processes, but often it's short for our customer needs. So we built our add-on that on top of SAP Business One extends the functionality, allowing to run quality processes, to manage multiple versions of BOMs, engineering BOMs, to have the shop floor terminals, to have the timesheets of employees allocated to work orders. Also, we have now the container management solution on top of SAP Business One.
I know it
from
well.
The production, I know, from the production processes into the WMS processes, allowing to ship those containers and a full track of them from the production to the delivery to the customers.
And we have also other solutions like DMS solution we can mention that are vertical for car industry. We have also, in case we need to develop a solution, we can develop a solution specific to a customer. And I have in mind one request that is in your pocket since a short time, but to develop, for example, a website where we manage approval process for the purchasing, and we integrate after in Business One. So we are able now to do any kind of development, I would say.
Yeah. This actually represents one challenge, because we are running a team of multiple team members in development across the world. Each of them is specialized in different areas, from integration, add-on building, web development. And now, and we always need to keep them improving also in their skills, because now we have, for example, SAP BTP, which brings to us a lot of new services, new tools to build solutions for the intelligent enterprise. So we are in the process of enabling our developers to allow them to build these kind of solutions that will bring our customers to the next level.
Yeah, and following the SAP strategy is our strategy, following the SAP technology is our strategy. I remember it was challenging when Anna arrived on the market, and you are one of the most famous experts for it, but it takes time to get the skill and to train the team and to train the people to get it.
To gain expertise on these new technologies.
And in the end, with all these standards, the customers still say, I want something different.
Yes.
often.
Yeah, I want something. This is
Each customer is different.
okay. It's, exactly. So we have this best practices. We have this vertical solution. We have this integration suite. But then in the end, and it's okay because this is what makes companies different.
And we don't just have the solutions, we also have the teams.
Yeah.
Okay, because we run global projects and we have our teams across the entire world organized to provide support to these solutions. So, for example, João, when you are running a project for a customer that you have, for example, in UK, I know that often you need to manage with other teams in the world. How do you do it?
Always, it's all the time. You know, our customers, because of our DNA and our niche approach, our customers they require multiple rollouts simultaneously in different locations, and I don't know if it's by luck, by design, or by nature. This happens in our projects. We have always running multiple go live, so it means that different subsidiaries will go live in different regions. So it means that the enablement and the cooperation and the collaboration between different teams in different time zones with different cultures needs to be harmonized from the headquarters and from the program management that we have. So program management is indeed, and in program leadership is indeed what will standardize and will make sure that the different teams are enabled to successfully fulfill all of this. And teams, it's not only consultancy teams, it's also the development team. It's also the management team, the cooperation between managers in global projects in which we need to handle with legal stuff, invoicing, admin, all of this complexity. The team, it's across our whole organization. It's critical and gives this flexibility for customers to make sure that they can reach out to us from their headquarters location and simply enjoy the ride and have us handling all of this logistics and deployment in the world. So this is what makes our lives, of especially the three of us, difficult.
And I agree with you, Joe, because what you said, one word which is important is program management. Yeah. And this is what is differentiating us from other local partners, where usually they do implementation in one country and they stay on this country and they are focused on the country. Our idea is to more manage globally, to do programs and to be able to follow up the customer. But we are building, we are implementing, but we are also supporting globally. So today we have 3 support centers, so one in America, one in Europe, and one in Asia. So it means that after the go live, after the solution is implementing, the team of support is taking over the project. So we transfer from implementation team to support team, and then we have a dedicated team that will support the customer, so with easy issue to fix or more complex issue, and also with changes, so legal changes, like I take one example, but invoicing will come soon in France. It has been delayed by the government, but anyway, it will come, but we are already experienced with other countries that are using e-invoice, like
or Brazil, Brazil, Mexico, Portugal, Portugal, Italy, Spain. You know, there are a lot of countries, and in Turkey, a lot of them. And the thing is that the speed, the pace that things change in some of those countries requires a very proactive support or application management from us. And moreover, I think that one of the things that we are offering to our customers that is sometimes unique and it's requested. This is sometimes more a local demand, that is that in some of these countries the AMS is delivered in the local language. You know, it's easier to speak in your native language, and some companies allow it, Others, they don't allow it. But when they allow it, we try to be flexible in this. And of course, we know that in the end, when no one is seeing, people talk in the same language to try to speed up. And I believe this is the beauty of this, is building this relationship, building this trust, and having this focus on making things happen and making things being successful. And this is what makes us being sustainable in the long run and offering solutions and challenges. I was thinking we developed a solution that Urbino for sure will tell about this later or in another context that is focused around intercompany transactions, automation, master data replication, a lot of things that for a global company are relevant to make them to be as much harmonized as possible and on the automation. And I just got a request from customer that the standard does not apply. So the simple procurement standard process from buying in one company, selling on another, they brought something different. They're capturing orders in a company, and if some of the items were of this type, they will be fulfilled by one factory, then if other type for another factory, consolidated on a 3PL that we will need to run integrations with these guys, and in the end message all of this guy that the order was complete and these things. And when I called Urbino, he started to scratch his head, and I say, okay, don't scratch your head, let's do it, it's possible, it's just a matter of getting the right design. And after this one, we start to getting other requests and other expertise that, like we said, sometimes local partners, they don't have this because global companies with subsidiaries that are growing business and that are growing fast, they need this automation. They rely on, some of their operations are outsourced, so they require automation with accounting systems, with
automation,
payroll systems,
integration.
And for this we have integration.
For this request, we have our intercompany solution that we started building some years ago, exactly because of this, because we know that in every customer we will have always some gap, we will have always some extensibility, so we build it in a way that it is easily extendable. Also, for this request, we needed to use the intercompany solution together with some EDI flows to achieve the customer requirements.
And again, this is just one example, and then it starts growing. And I believe that one of our challenges is sometimes to stop customers' creativity and to do an analysis on the cost of owning and maintaining and developing solutions against what will be the return of the investment that they will have, because in the end, everything is possible to be developed, but sometimes the time frame and the cost and developing by exception, because sometimes this happens. This is sometimes the challenge.
Sometimes we have no choice because those big entities are taking accounting in one big ECC system. They are taking purchasing in Ariba. They are taking HR in another system. We have to integrate all those complex applications into Business One with treating operations. And
that's true, Arnaud, but we always try to do it as standard as possible, only adding what is required as a customization. So with SAP Business One, we have some native customization capabilities, and then we just extend to the level where it's required, but we try to stick with the standard as much as possible. For example, our intercompany solution mainly acts as a back-end system that will automate the transactions for us, but the user will still use the native UI of SAP.
Like you said, something that is the key for this is program management. Managing a program, there is a sequence of rollouts that starts with a core pilot that we do, then doing all the governance and aligning the right team for the right regions, understanding what is tax, legal, and statutory changes that are needed on the different countries, and adding either extra configurations that are not part of the template, but are a local practice or a local requirement that needs to go to the local business blueprint, the document that regulates and that governs how this country will run, is indeed the most challenging part of our business, and this is where this element that does the gatekeeping of the program is indeed the key, because it will be an insurance that all the different teams are enabled, capable, and ready to deliver on the right time and within the customer budget. This, and of course, assuring that we can govern a change management process whenever it's needed to make sure that things happen.
We spoke about global operation, global project, implementation, developments, solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So what else do you have in mind?
BE1S Solutions in the end is a global warehouse of knowledge in deploying SAP subsidiaries rollouts. Our global expertise and the way that we listen and the way that in the end we can organize ourselves with the different teams, being global but acting local, sometimes even on the customer's language, is what makes us unique and what should make a company reaching out to us and having us as the focal point of contact. We will simplify the challenges, and we will simplify the way that your go-to-market and the time that your go-to-market requires to make a successful rollout on your company. And I thank you for that.
I think it's a good summary. Thank you, Joao.
Thank you.
Thank
It was
you,
a pleasure
Bruno.
to be here discussing these topics with you.
Thank you, guys.